Hey everyone, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, then welcome. And if you don't want to miss out on weekly pick a card readings like this one each week for me, don't forget to subscribe. Today's pick a card reading is who can't stop thinking about you and why? In front of me, I have 8 different options, each with a different shell. So observe each of these shells and numbers and choose the one that really calls out to you. And if you feel drawn to more than one, then feel free to choose that as well, because chances are that is another person who is also thinking about you. If you need more time, you can pause the video now, and if you know which one you want, you can go to the timestamp down below. Okay, let's get started. Group number 1. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so this is a really interesting group. And the song that I got for you guys is Heartless by Kanye West. And the lyrics in particular that stand out are, "In the night, you hear him talk, the coldest story ever told. Somewhere far along the road, he lost a soul to a woman so heartless." Okay, so that is how this person is expressing themselves as far as with how they feel hurt, that they're not together with you anymore and how it went down between you two. But they in no way have less feelings for you. In fact, I feel like the connection and the feelings they have are still really strong. Okay. In fact, I feel like when you guys were doing good, it was like really good, okay? The Sun card is here, and I feel like, you know, there was a lot of happiness and joy and love, and I really feel like overall this person is like a happy-go-lucky person. Like, I feel like a lot of upbeat energy, and maybe for some of you, you're thinking, no, that was more me. Okay, well, this happy-go-lucky upbeat energy is definitely coming through, and I feel like when you guys were doing amazing, it was like the most amazing. So that's really nice to see. And I see here with the 10 of Earth here that you guys were definitely building a life together before everything ended. And I feel like some of you moved in with this person, or you both lived together, or maybe they moved in with you. Either way, that's coming through for some of you. And with the ring here as well, I feel like there was some of you that were actually engaged with this person, and others of you might have been married to this person. But I feel like the majority of you were definitely in a relationship. And they view you guys like the Queen of Wands. Okay, so even if you're a guy watching this, just flip it to where it fits you. But they viewed you as, you know, the most attractive person they've ever laid eyes on, and just this real fiery, alive person, always like lively and exciting to be around. But along with that same passionate nature that you guys have, you also, it was kind of like, you know, and I'm getting the impression that they most likely did something that messed things up, but I feel like it was honestly kind of like a misunderstanding or miscommunication on their part, and they were really taken aback by how you were like, kind of like, you came at them kind of attacking, like, I feel, which, you know, made them want to just like retreat and like jump ship, and that's what ended this connection. And you know, right now they're at a standstill with the Hangman energy, okay? So they're kind of like, they've surrendered to what is, and they do want to come back around. I'm seeing that with the Page of Water, but currently their current energy is kind of like they're suspended right now in motion and not, you know, moving forward, not currently. They're not sure the best way to approach you. Like, when I see this card, this tells me like they have imagined, like in their mind, what would be the most ideal way of reuniting, and it would be like fireworks and passionate, and you would just be like super happy and fall back into their arms type of deal. But then reality sets in and they remember how it went down, and they're just like, ooh, yeah, I don't know if I should move forward or not. Which is why, that's with the Hangman, what that's showing right now. And yeah, and then with the High Priestess, it's kind of like, so yeah, they definitely have feelings, but they're keeping it on the low. They are checking out your social media, and just kind of like, they're kind of weighing things right now, and like seeing, what they're trying to like kind of feel through social media, like how they think you would, how you would take them coming back, basically. So yeah, and with this, they're kind of just like waiting at like any opportunity that any sign, hits them, where they're like, okay, yeah, I think, now is the time to take action toward you. But they definitely feel like, I do feel like they feel like you're the one. So that's why they, no matter what, have not let the connection with you go. And they want to flip this, but like I said, they're really in this Hangman stage of not knowing what action to take. And then I pulled a totally different card than I usually do for an outcome card, and the Golden Palace came up, which is a really good sign as far as an outcome. Like, it pretty much doesn't get any better than that. This is saying like the ultimate emotional fulfillment and abundance is guaranteed. And I feel like, and with that gold energy along with it, I do feel like, between these two, the Sun and the Golden Palace, that if you guys seriously came back together and you had an open mind and really communicated honestly with each other, that you would have the best chance at having a successful, emotionally fulfilled relationship with each other. But again, I feel like, as soon as people, their walls come up and they get kind of in this defensive mode and they just start reacting, they don't really speak what it is that really is bothering them. And they just like start attacking each other. So if you put that notion like aside, and it takes practice, like how to communicate without, because when you're in your feels, it's like people don't often communicate the best, and it's like you almost have to step back and like almost kind of give each other space until you can come back re-centered and then like really communicate what it is that is going on between you two. And then with that, I feel like you guys would have such a beautiful relationship. Okay, group number one, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonated, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number two. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so this is really interesting. So the person who can't stop thinking about you is somebody that you were involved with. For some of you, this will be like an ex relationship, and for others of you, you're just involved with this person to some capacity. And I feel like this person, they feel really like restless right now and just not feeling good. Okay, so they feel pretty upset about how things went down between you two, and I feel like they feel like you think that they are a bad guy or girl, okay, depending on who you're wondering about. And they really have this urge to want to speak their truth about what ended up happening between you guys. And yeah, I do feel like, so this connection was cut off and you both moved on, so to speak, from it. And yet I don't feel like either one of you have really moved on from this connection, okay, because it doesn't feel like there was any real closure between you two. On top of the fact that, okay, so I feel like they're also, okay, so they could be an earth sign, but they don't have to be. They definitely exhibit King of Earth traits, guy or girl that you're wondering about. I do feel like this person is good at making money, and they also, you know, they like material possessions, and they also don't hide it. Okay, so I feel like they flash things, you know, they're all about that status and wealth, and I feel like that can be what draws people to this person, but at the same time it's also what makes them leery of people and their motives, if you know what I mean. So they have that whole double-edged sword thing going on as far as like making money and flashing it around. But the page comes up next to it, so I feel like, you know, that definitely shows that they definitely have this immature side and a childish side to them. And I feel like, you know, especially in regards to what happened to you guys, they're acting like, wow, like, how could you think that of me? And they feel like they were the one who was done wrong, when in fact, I feel like they did you wrong in this connection. And they're also not seeing things through the best light, okay? Because the Four of Water came up twice. So like I said, it goes back with that whole, like, they feel like they're the victim in this situation. And the Ace of Swords came up twice, which says that they definitely have this, like, wanting to tell you exactly what happened. And it's like they want to come back like the Knight of Cups and be like, no, see, I'm really this good guy or girl who wants a commitment with you. But here's the thing, though. I feel like they entertained somebody else while being involved with you, and it basically completely backfired, okay? I feel like this other person, they basically, like, it went nowhere with that person because that person was even less committal than them, and it was almost like they took a gamble by juggling the both of you. And remember, this is a generalized reading, so for some of you there is no third party, but this is coming through either way, so maybe it was a lesser extent, like messaging somebody else. They somehow entertained somebody else though, and it completely backfired. And I feel like you guys, you cut this person off. So even if it's kind of like you think, no, there was nobody else, okay, well, either way, this person did something and you cut them off, okay? And they feel like they're the victim of this whole thing and that they never really got to speak their truth about it. And they're currently in a world of confusion. And I do feel like they feel like either way, you were the one to have the relationship with. And I do feel like they want to come back as this Knight of Cups, speak their truth. And I also feel like they want to gift you with something. And I do see that they want to build something with you. Now, as far as, you know, what this person did or didn't do, and if they were entertaining somebody or not, you know, and what their truth would actually be, this is where you guys have to, like, check in and see, you know, like, is this the person that you want to give a second chance to or not? But this is who I see. Can't stop thinking about you guys. All right, group number 2, let me know in the comments, would you give this person a second chance or not? And what happened? All right, guys, and if this resonated, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye, guys. Okay, group number 3. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so right away what I'm seeing is this feels like a new person, okay? I feel like you guys met this person and this is really interesting. Okay, so with the eyes here, I feel like it was kind of like a love at first sight. I mean, realistically, it was kind of more like a crush at first sight for you guys, okay? And you met this person while out somewhere. And I'm also getting the impression with this card that this person, you know, with the Magician being here, I feel like they're naturally like a charmer. Okay, so they have a real charming personality, and I feel like they're generally at ease with people. and they make strong eye contact. So I feel like you guys were smitten right away with this person. I'm also getting the impression with the Strength card here that this person they're physically fit. Okay, so they might work out. They might be an athlete of some kind. And yeah, so definitely getting the impression that they're a fit person. And I'm also seeing with the Strength card that they want to be the best version of themselves. So they are always striving to do that mentally, physically, spiritually, all around, always trying to be the best. And with the Six of Fire here, I feel like this person is also in the spotlight somehow. Okay, so they might have a large following on social media. They might be a social media influencer. They might be on YouTube or Instagram. There's definitely some level, though, of them being in the spotlight and well admired by a lot of people, I feel. Okay. I do feel like, though, with, patience, which is temperance here, the main thing with this person, though, is them having to, keep themselves in check and be balanced. Okay, I feel like this person, because they're so, into whatever they're into and they go all the way with that, and they're a very driven, ambitious person on top of all this other stuff. It's like, they have a tendency to kind of be singularly focused and forget about other areas of life and have to be like, oh yeah, and get that balance back, because when they're into what they're into, they don't see anything else, and they could spend all day and night on that thing. And for some of you, this will be somebody who's that into working out. And others of you, it has to do with their social media and what they're in the spotlight for. Okay, so with the Eight of Pentacles here, I feel like this person is definitely, okay, they either have changed directions, or, because we also have the Two of Swords here, or they're going to change directions, or they have changed directions, and that, all this is displaying, and now they're going full force on this new path. And yeah, with the Five of Swords here, the only thing I'm really getting in regards to that is the whole, they might feel conflict with not having enough time for other areas of life, and that imbalance thing, again, is coming up for them. But that's something that they gotta somehow figure out. And then with the Eight of Wands here, so I'm also seeing that this person is a very passionate person in every area of life, and they would be a really passionate romantic partner. Okay, so I'm also seeing with this person that they could live at a distance from you. So yeah, but you know what? This is an ambitious person that makes things happen, so I could see them finding a way. And with this card here, I feel like this person is going to message you soon. Okay, group number 3. This sounds like a real lively, exciting, ambitious person who's new. Let me know if this resonated in the comments, and if it did, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 4. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so I actually got 3 different people that this person could possibly be, and they're being represented by the Queen of Earth, so take which resonates. Okay, so for some of you, this is a friend, and for others of you, this is a relative, and for the last portion of you, this is somebody you were involved with. So even if it was a guy, they're being portrayed as the Queen of Earth, which, is what that is. Okay, so, and there is a lot of earth energy here, so I would not be surprised if this person was an earth sign. But either way, I feel like they act like an earth sign. Okay, so they're definitely grounded, practical person. And I feel like, so with the dynamic of all this going on, there was a falling out between you two, okay? And then you both felt like you were shut out from each other's lives. But I also feel like you both look back and like think of all the good times that you two had together, and like how in the world did you go from being so close to now like feeling shut out of each other's lives. Okay, and if this was a relationship, either way, even if it wasn't, this person has thought about coming back and reconciling this connection. All right, so this is really interesting, and then the rest could tell possibly why you guys had a falling out. I feel like this person, it's kind of like they decided to make an abrupt life change, and that involved walking away, okay, or moving somewhere. And it was really to be true to this path, and it possibly could have had to do with their career or just their life path in general, because I really get the feeling that with all this earth here, it was in regards to some kind of career path. And I feel like they felt like this was the best way, okay, for them to fully become who they're meant to become and live their true path. So it was kind of like, you know, if it meant having people cut them out, so be it, because this was them following their true path. And, yeah, and I feel like, you know, it could have even been word of mouth. Like somebody told this person about this, and it's like they were like, okay, you know, I'm going to do it. And now I actually feel like for some of you, so it could have even been this person, you know, ended up joining the military or something, because I'm definitely feeling like it's some kind of career life path which involved them going somewhere, like moving some kind of distance. It doesn't have to be that, but it's something like that is what I'm getting. And you did not agree with it, or either way, even if you did, it's like you feel, maybe even because of this decision alone, maybe you guys did not. So for some of you, you had a falling out. For some of you, you didn't. You just feel like you're feeling it. You know, you're feeling the brunt of them making this life decision that changed everything. And that's what made you feel like, you know, like your connection's been cut off, even if it really hasn't. It's just changed. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So either way, take which resonates. Something changed, but either way, this person, you have been on their mind strongly, okay? No matter the distance and no matter what, if you guys had a falling out or not, and they still feel that connection to you strongly. And with this card, I do feel like you guys are going to hear from this person, okay? So it's not like, you know, anything is lost here. So yes, you know, the dynamic of your relationship may have changed, but in their mind, it hasn't. And I do see with this card, it was like they had to really weigh like the pros and cons of making this decision. So it wasn't like it was just some easy thing, no matter how it came across for them, okay? It was definitely a dynamic change for them as well as you. I see that. Okay, so that's really interesting, group number 4. So that is what I see for you guys. Let me know in the comments if that resonated and what exactly happened. And if it resonated, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 5. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so I feel like this person was definitely somebody that you guys were involved with, and they're coming across here like the King of Fire. So even if it's a girl that you're wondering about, that's how they come across. So a very passionate, lively, fiery person. And I feel like with this card that this person can sometimes get pretty stuck in their ways and be kind of like bullheaded and stubborn and think they're right, okay? And I feel like that is what got in between you two. And yeah, so with the Chariot here, I'm definitely seeing that this is an ambitious, goal-driven person who's really good at what they do, but sometimes they're out of balance with it. And that's literally all they do, okay? Because when I see these two cards together, you know, the work card as well as this tower, it's different than tarot. It means like they spend all their time and energy and focus on anything that's work related, and they really don't make room for anything else. And what's interesting is I feel like in the beginning of this connection, you know, they came across like the magician. So they were fun, they were charming, they were all about, yeah, you know, making your dreams happen, and like anything was possible. And then once you guys got into a groove and, you know, things started becoming a little bit more familiar, they dove headfirst into work, and like you felt like shut out of this person's life. Like, where do you fit in this connection? And yeah, and I feel like it's because this person, you know, they want love, but like their heart is guarded. Okay, they have walls up, and they feel like they are most in control of their life when they are working, because it's what they're good at. So I feel like, you know, they're kind of like, they're a workaholic, because that's them in their element, them when they feel their best and most confident. I don't want to say best, because I do feel like, you know, when things are going well in the relationship, that's when they ultimately feel like they're best. But you know what I mean, though. Like, that's their zone of when they feel like, yeah, you know, I am a confident, capable person when I'm working, because that's what I'm good at. But then they take it to an extreme, and it's like it leaves you out. Now, you are coming across here as the Queen of Pentacles, whether you're a guy or girl watching this. So I do feel like you guys are warm, you're nurturing by nature, and you are also about, like, you know, making that coin, but not to the extent of this person. In fact, I feel like this person kind of gets defensive if confronted with this. And with this Page of Wands in particular, I feel like, you know, they might even kind of like thrown at you guys, kind of like the opposite, like, well, maybe you should grow up and, you know, take making money as seriously as I do. Like, that's the impression I'm getting with this person. And yeah, so I'm definitely seeing that work was the extent of your guys' fights, basically, until this just came to an end. Now, what's interesting is, though, I do feel like, though, if kind of, it's interesting, because even with this Ten of Pentacles, there are still coins in this card. So that tells me that no matter what good intentions this person has, as far as them being able to break the pattern of not working all the time, it's just, I don't see that. So it's kind of like, yes, you know, and with the Page of Wands, you two could reconcile and reunite, but at the same time, it's kind of like it comes back to you, because I don't see this person changing in regards to work, because even the outcome with the Ten of Pentacles, which is usually all about, you know, building that life with somebody, or in general, this card in particular still has the coins. So yeah, so that is, like I said, I do see that you two could reconcile, but it would be up to you. Is this what you want? Group number 5. All right, group number 5, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 6. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so I'm definitely getting the impression that this was somebody that you were involved with, an ex. And I'm getting the impression that basically, like, this person had trouble communicating. And I feel like it frustrated you. And you're a way better communicator naturally, so I feel like you just like were like annoyed at like the more that this went on, like this pattern, this dynamic with this person. And I'm literally getting the impression that you cut them off, okay? Yeah, especially looking at these two cards. That's the impression that I'm getting with this. But this person was in no way done with this connection, okay? Their feelings were strong. They just had a hard time communicating. And I feel like, you know, they look back and they get sad. Like they miss you. And I feel like they have hope as far as the connection with you two go. And I do see that they want to come forward and communicate with you, but they got to get themselves in a place where they feel like more secure, more balanced, more like their confident selves. Okay, so they are currently not communicating with you, or if they are, it's not much, and they're currently not taking any action forward either, because when I see this card in particular, it tells me like they want to move forward, but at the same time they feel like that if they do it in too quickly, or if they don't communicate the right way, like it's like you'll be like, yeah, I'm not having this, I'm done, okay? And what's interesting about this person is I feel like on one hand they do come across like the Knight of Swords, and they can be quick with the words and comebacks, but at the same time, here's where it's kind of ironic. When it comes to communicating like important things to make the relationship work, that's where they're like, they don't know what to say. Or if they do say something, it like it doesn't articulate at all what it is that they're really trying to say. And so often they don't. And then they get cold and distant, and it leaves you frustrated and like, what is going on? So that's actually what I meant by the beginning when I said the more that this would go on, the more frustrated you guys would get, is because they wouldn't say what they really meant. And when they, you know, and then other times they just like would be cold or distant. And you were just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this, which is totally understandable. So yeah, it felt like for both of you, like you guys were going through a maze as far as trying to understand each other, and they would kind of get childish, okay? Because I feel like you guys are a way better communicator. So like I said, they would get cold, distant, kind of like pout, be moody, but not ever say what was really going on. And I also feel like this person, even though like, here's what gets weird. So even though they, you know, like they can like say things to people, but as soon as somebody says something to them, I feel like they get weirdly sensitive. Okay, so they can dish it, but they can't really take it type. But, you know, despite all of that, I do feel like once this person regains their confidence, they do want to come forward, and they're going to come forward as kind of like a friend and probably just keep the messaging neutral with you I feel like they think that would be the safest approach to coming forward, and they do hope to reunite with you, okay? So, yeah, because despite all of this, you're the one that they can't quit thinking about, okay? All right, group number 6, this is what I see for you. If this resonated, let me know in the comments, and also, would you take this person back? And if this resonated, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 7. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so this is definitely somebody who you guys were involved with, so an ex-like energy. And although I get the card that it's over between you two, I actually got like a message from them that came through strongly that was like, you know that this isn't over yet. And I was like, whoa, okay. So this person is coming through as the King of Air, even if it's a girl. So we definitely have this confident, intelligent, very observant person, okay? And they are coming through with this like bold energy. And they definitely have their eye on you, okay? So this is the person who can't stop thinking about you. And when I see this card, it tells me that this person feels like they got the short end of the stick somehow, okay? Like they feel like they put in 100% into this and you didn't somehow, okay? So they definitely feel like I gave more than I got is the impression that I'm getting. And they're currently waiting to hear from you or waiting for some kind of sign or signal that you also are interested in reuniting with this person before they take any action. And I feel like currently in life, they feel pretty overburdened. Like right now, they have a lot going on. And I feel like this person they're kind of feeling stressed, like, and not getting a lot of sleep. And just like going through the motions basically. And they're also kind of like in hermit mode. Like they're not in a place where they want to come forward yet. They're just kind of in a place where it's kind of like, okay, one moment at a time, one step in front of the other, you know, like they're just currently juggling a lot and responsible for a lot of things right now and going through a lot. So yeah, they're just taking it one moment, one day at a time. Yeah, and the strength card's also here. So they're also trying to build themselves up as well, inside as well as outside, and trying to gain balance and trying to gain like the proper mindset to dealing with all this stuff right now. But you're definitely what's on their mind though, as far as like, you know, who they want. But as far as you guys go, they are definitely in this hangman energy right now. Like I said, they're overburdened. They've got a lot to deal with and they're taking on a lot, you know, between work, school, and just possibly like their family and just, and maybe, you know, where they live. Just, it's basically every area of life right now. And okay, so with this card, I definitely see though that they're highly attracted to you guys and you guys had great chemistry and were, you know, it was a very passionate relationship and it was going good. Okay, so when I see this though, it kind of tells me though that this person right now, you know, they could be like possibly posting on social media like, yeah, you know, I'm living it up, everything's great. But like I said, this whole other story is really going on. But that's their way of dealing with it, is like showing the world basically how they want to show up. So yeah, this is just saying, you know, don't be fooled by appearances right now. Like there's way more going on than meets the eye. The other thing is when I see this, it tells me that they're still, you know, they're still asking about you and, you know, and you may even hear about them through mutual friends or people you both know. Okay, so you guys are still like connected and they are still like checking out your social media and stuff. So I mean, like, even if there's no contact currently, there's still this connectedness between mutual friends and social media going on. And all in all, this person feels like it's a 50-50 chance that you two will get back together. But like I said, you know, once their life like slows down a bit and they start feeling like themselves again, then I do feel like they'll come forward. But currently they are in this hangman energy as far as you two go. Okay, group number 7, this is what I see for you guys. Let me know in the comments if this resonated and if you would take this person back. And if it did resonate, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 8. Okay, so who can't stop thinking about you and why? Okay, so this is definitely somebody that you guys were involved with. So an ex-like energy. And I feel like, okay, so you guys, I'm definitely seeing that you're both single currently. And the other trait that is standing out with this person is the fact that they have really good work ethic. Okay, so I'm getting that they're a hard worker, and when they put their mind to something, they stop at nothing to get it accomplished. And that is what they are diving into currently. And the other interesting thing that came up twice is justice. So that tells me that this person feels like, what went down between you two wasn't fair, and that if they were to reconcile, the relationship between you two, that they would definitely want to speak their piece, which I find this to be interesting. Okay, so this is a similar message to... So yeah, there's a similar theme as another group of them wanting to come back around and speak their truth about something, but a totally different scenario as to why. Okay, so I do see that this person wants to come forward, and they do still feel optimistic about this connection and have strong feelings for you. But at the same time, they're also equally caught up in this confusion currently. And so instead of moving forward, so we do have the Two of Swords here that show that in regards to you two, they are not currently moving forward, but they are just diving into work and working on their future, which is this energy coming up strongly for them. And basically, with the 9 here, they're also just pretty much focused on themselves right now. And along with that, okay, so yeah, with the High Priestess reversed, I'm definitely getting, like I said, strong feelings in regards to them and still hopeful about the connection, but they're laying low. Okay, so they're staying connected in their own way, like energetically. So they're still checking out your social media and this and that, but they're not speaking up yet in regards to you two. Okay, so along with them not coming forward and being caught up in confusion, it's I also see with the Death card here and the Call card, which is Judgment, that this person also went through a radical transformation, it's showing. So I feel their inner as well as outer world has been shaken up, and they're really kind of dealing with this new way of being and this new way of navigating through life currently. So I feel that is also, if not the main reason why they're caught up in confusion and not moving forward currently, and just really focused on themselves. And this can also represent them trying to get back to a place of feeling better in themselves. So like I said, they're focused on themselves currently and building up their future, but they do still want to come forward. Okay, so they view you guys, the Queen of Swords came up twice. So you guys are viewed as the Queen of Swords, whether you're a guy or girl watching this. So they are really attracted to you. They find you guys to be intelligent, and I feel you guys are really good communicators. You're really good at expressing yourselves. And the flip side to being good with your words is that when things get rocky, you don't hesitate to call this person out on their stuff, okay? So yeah, and you put them in their place, and you definitely have this stand your ground energy, okay? And as much as they admire you for that, they also get kind of a little intimidated, and just taken aback. I feel they were kind of taken aback by this with how it ended. It was a little more cutthroat than they are used to, okay? So that could have also contributed to this shakeup, but I feel they were going to go through this transformation regardless. But that also kind of contributes to their hesitation and wanting to come forward, kind of with a game plan, not just sporadically, coming forward. They want to do things right. Okay, so with the Sun here, they definitely view the potential with you in the highest regard. So I actually do feel they feel you guys are the one, but there is definitely this obstacle here. Okay. And I do think that is mostly in regards to like now, like this transformation that they're going through. But I also feel like, you know, it's also in regards to the way you guys communicated. That's also coming through for this connection. Like, I don't feel like either one of you communicated in the best possible way as far as like getting across to each other what was really like what upset you guys. And so if you guys could actually come back around and constructively like communicate what was going on without, you know, getting caught up in the feels and like attacking each other, but actually communicating effectively, I feel like, you know, that would clear up so much. Okay, so the other thing that's coming through, and this is interesting. So there's like kind of a motherly feel coming through as well, but it's like to a lesser degree. So I'm thinking that, okay, so for a small portion of you, this person's mom or your mom or both were involved in this connection and they had some kind of influence on this, which didn't help the situation. And this is for the more of you, I feel like when you got upset, you reminded them of their mom and like kind of like putting them in their place and they kind of felt like, oh, you know, like not the best. And yeah, so that is just something to be mindful of, because I know like sometimes when we all get upset, we can come across a certain way that we don't really want to come across like. And I am getting the impression that for some of you, that's what was going on there. Now, if that doesn't resonate with any of you, then it isn't a message for you. But there is definitely still a theme as far as like, you know, did you communicate to the best of your ability? And it's not just you, it's them too. But yeah, so that's just something to look at, because like I said, like you guys, you know, I feel like you both had high hopes for this connection. There is definitely this obstacle, but you know, okay, so the other thing I'm getting with the call card here is that, you know, and this isn't just them, this is you as well. Like if you guys could actually like kind of step aside whatever preconceived notions you have as far as how you interpreted what went down between you two, and we're open to a different way of viewing this and a new way of communicating, I feel like you guys would see a solution to whatever obstacle stands in your guys' way. And you guys could get around that mountain. And then the energy for you guys, it's like landing in this field of flowers. And, you know, I just feel like the energy would be like happy-go-lucky, joyful, and blissful, and just way more lighthearted than it has been. And yeah, and the outcome looks great, honestly. Okay, group number 8. This is what I see for you guys. If this resonated, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys.